All right, it's Way Up with Angela Yee. I'm here with my guy, Fred Mwanga Gahunga.
Hey.
He is a media mogul, but we also know when I first met you as the founder of Media Takeout. Now, Kevin Hart has announced a new partnership with Authentic Brands Group. I knew you were coming in here today, so I was like, I'm going to ask Fred to break this whole partnership down. And his new agreement consists of him co-owning and managing his brand with Authentic, but he also is a shareholder in the company. So explain this to me.
So Authentic is one of the biggest licensors of brand names around the world. So they own the rights, or they license the rights to Elvis Presley, Shaquille O'Neal. They also own a bunch of big companies.
David Beckham.
They own a bunch of big companies like Forever 21,
Wow.
Brooks Brothers. Yeah, so by Kevin Hart entering this agreement, not only does he get a big check from them, he actually is a partner, so a part owner of everything that Authentic Brands owns.
Ooh, that is a deal
It's
to
a
be
fantastic
had.
deal.
Do any of the other guys, I wonder if they have a deal like that?
I think Shaquille O'Neal has a similar deal. I don't know what everyone else's deal
So
is.
that means if they want to open up like a Kevin Hart restaurant or
Right.
something like that.
Well, Authentic
could
Brands
license-
not only they manage it, they're actually going out there and trying to take advantage of opportunities, right? So Authentic Brands is going out there and they're going to be creating stuff like maybe there's a Kevin Hart restaurant or Kevin Hart buildings. So they're going to actually go out there and create these opportunities for him too.
Well, he posted, "This is a massive moment for me in my career. I am extremely thankful for my team." He said, "Joining Authentic is major. Shout out to my brothers Shaq and David Beckham for leading the way and helping with this massive move. Our partnership will be game-changing. Major shout out to Michael Rubin for just being a mentor and a brother."
Yeah.
Woo, okay.
This is Kevin Hart's road to the billion.
Now, I want to say Michael Epps was recently on Club Shay Shay. And, they had like a little falling out beef back and
Yeah,
forth.
I
But
remember.
they made up,
Okay.
as you can see, because he went and did his show. So Mike Epps was on there talking about Kevin Hart because he said Kevin Hart used to actually open for him sometimes and he would help him out early on. Here's what he said.
When me and Kevin Hart had a little problem, Kevin was a dude that had came right up under me, and he blew up, and they were no longer talking about Mike Epps. But I didn't know that other part of the business. I got in show business, and all I was good at was the show part of it. And then I had to end up learning from him, and I didn't understand that. So I took it to heart, and he don't remember, but a couple times I've seen him, and he kind of brushed me the wrong way.
All right, so feels like, the person who was the, I guess the student ended up becoming the teacher in some ways when it came to business.
Yeah, I mean, Kevin Hart is known as one of the best businessmen out there, and he has a great team around him, too.
And I do also want to say he shouted out Michael Rubin, right? Kevin Hart did, but Fanatics Fest is also going to be returning, and Tom Brady, Jay-Z, and Travis Scott are actually going to be part of that lineup. And also Kevin Hart, of course, following his partnership with Authentic Brands Group. He'll be there as well. That's going to be at the Javits Center, July 16th to July 19th.
That's a great, I mean, if you're in New York, you should definitely come and get to see it.
All right. Now, in addition to Mike Epps talking about Kevin Hart and Kevin Hart's business acumen, he also talked about his own buying houses. He had this whole Buying Back the Block series that he did on HGTV. Here's what he said.
I always promised myself if I ever got some money, I was going to go back and buy all the houses that we got evicted out of. And I did. I made an address list.
You rent them out?
Yep, I rent them out. My family stay in them, and told my mother that too.
I love that.
I do, too.
Yeah, I love it. All right, well, that is your Yeetie. When we come back, we have Under the Radar. These are the stories that are not in the headlines. They're under the radar. And reading. Reading is fundamental, but a lot of y'all ain't doing that. And we're going to give you some of those numbers. You say yeah, because
I'm not a big reader.
you're one of them.
Yeah.
It's Way Up.